All right, good afternoon. I'm Frankie Castile, and this was not, we were not anticipating more severe weather today, but here we go. We've got tornado warnings now. This is going to be for the Missouri Boot Heel, and we're going to get started here as these storms are coming up from northeast Arkansas. So, real quickly, if you don't mind, just let me know that you can hear everything okay. I literally got this all set up in about 5 minutes. So, if you don't mind, let me know if you can hear everything okay, you can see everything okay, and if so, we'll start tracking these tornado warnings that are in the Missouri Boot Heel. And of course, we'll look at the flooding concerns as well for Poplar Bluff and the surrounding areas. Very good. Thank you, Walter. Just wanted to make sure that everything was coming in loud and clear. All right, so getting everything set up here and can see the screen. Awesome. Thank you very much. We've got a lot going on here today. We've got several things going on that we're going to be talking about. We've got, do me a favor and hit that share button for me if you don't mind. We've got tornado warned storms now that are in the Missouri Boot Heel. So let's go right into it here. These tornado warnings, by the way, are until 2 o'clock. They are for southwestern Pemiscot County, southeastern Dunklin County, and southeast Missouri at 109. Severe storms were capable of producing a tornado located over Truman. They're moving east at 50 miles an hour. It is radar indicated on this particular storm. Locations, here are the locations that we are very concerned about. We'll go ahead and highlight these locations for you. If you live in any of these locations, we're talking about Steele, also Covington. We're talking about Milligan Ridge. There are the locations that we are concerned about right now. And if you live in these areas, please seek shelter. Make sure take cover now, move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors or in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closet, substantial shelter, and protect yourself from flying debris. These are the storms that we are most concerned about right now coming in to the Missouri Boot Heel. And the Weather Service out of Memphis, Arkansas, or Memphis, Tennessee, rather, went ahead and put together this tornado warning covering the Boot Heel of Missouri. We've got heavy rain that we are very concerned about still moving in to the Poplar Bluff area. We're going to go over all that in just a minute. The reason why I came in today, the only reason why we were going to be talking about the flooding potential, we've got a meeting actually in about 8 minutes that I'm probably not going to be able to make. I'm going to have to push that back a little bit because of the tornado warned storms that we have coming in to the Missouri Boot Heel right now. But we're going to talk about the Black River in Poplar Bluff. I know right now there's all kinds of efforts going on right now to sandbag the different parts of the levees in Poplar Bluff and Butler County. We did some postings earlier this morning, actually. You guys have been just amazing sending us your pictures, sending us all the information that we have. And I know Tim Hicks, he is in the building right now as well. He come in on his day off. Later on today, we're going to be going around and doing some video work. That's coming up in a few minutes. So right now, though, what I do want to concern ourselves with is the tornado warned storms that are currently in the Boot Heel of Missouri. And let me get to my phone here so I can make sure that we have, want to make sure I'm in communication with I've got a deputy who actually works at the Dunklin County Sheriff's Department, and he has been great to work with. So we're going to see what, I'm going to get a hold of him and, make sure that he knows, that, So right now, this is all radar indicated right now. It's a tornado warning, Michael, a tornado warning for the Boot Heel of Missouri, southern Dunklin, Pemiscot counties. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for pretty much all of Dunklin and Pemiscot counties. This is that leading edge you see here on your screen. Let me kind of go out here. Let me kind of zoom in or see if there's any rotation with this storm. The rotation is going to be, as of right now, the rotation looks to be staying to the south of the Missouri Boot Heel. However, we don't want to let our guard down. No, there is no tornado threat. So the tornado threat right now is just really in two of our counties. That is the Missouri Boot Heel. We don't have any threat of tornadoes in, Stoddard County, Butler County, Wayne County, Carter, Ripley. Those counties are just going to be heavy rains. Um, so my good buddy who works for the sheriff's department in Dunklin County, they are taking this very seriously as well. They are monitoring our broadcast right now. So um, I tell you what, Grace, that's what I was trying to figure out too. Um, these storms that we're seeing, the dew points are just so moist right now. It is that last surge. This is, as far as severe weather goes, this will be the last bit of it here in the Boot Heel, and then it turns into like it was last night. It's going to turn into a heavy rain threat. Um, I know we're getting a lot of reports of roads flooded right now in several areas, and honestly, that is the main reason why we were going to do a video this afternoon anyway, was because of the flooding. But when I walked in the radio station, the moment I walked in, that's when the tornado warnings were issued. So we thought, well, we go ahead and just go ahead and go live real fast, get everything set up pretty quick. I'm at the radio station right now. Just walked in, and then the EAS radios were going off, so we decided to go ahead and jump on. And it looks like the heaviest of this storm is going to make its way toward the Blytheville area. So I would say southern Dunklin is not out of the woods by any stretch, but if you live between Caruthersville down towards Steele in Pemiscot County, the heaviest of the activity is going to be heading your direction. So just keep that in mind. If you are in that area, make sure and seek shelter. If you know somebody who lives in that area, make sure and seek shelter. Let them know that there is a tornado warned storm. Right now, the heaviest weather is coming into Manila right now. It is between gonna cross over into Manila, and then it's gonna get right into Blytheville, cross Interstate 55, and then head up toward the Missouri-Arkansas state line. So that is where the heaviest of the activity is right this second, as we do have the tornado warnings in this area. By the way, we are also live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube as well. I think we're on YouTube. I'm checking that right now because, like I said, we are live on YouTube, so that's good. We literally walked in, and as soon as we walked in, sirens are going off right now in Blytheville, it looks like. Thank you so much for that. If you know somebody who lives in those areas, even Northeast Arkansas, go ahead and tag them. Let them know that we've got live coverage right now of tornado warnings in the Missouri Boot Heel. We're going to zoom in on this area right now because this is the main area that we are concerned with severe storms. Um, that is the main thing right now. I'm going to switch gears for just a minute. I'm live on YouTube. We've got tornado warnings. Okay, so we're on the radio too? Very good. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. So we're going to, if you have time, yes. So we're going to go live on all the radio stations as well because we do have tornado warnings in the area for the Boot Heel of Missouri. And right now, our policy is we want to make sure that we take care of all you folks that are in the Boot Heel, Southeast Missouri, in our counties. The Boot Heel of Missouri is in our counties. So right now we are live on YouTube, Facebook. We're also going to be live as well on Clear 94 and Z95 The Bone, today's talk, KWOC. The heaviest of the activity right now is still in northeast Arkansas. This is Doppler radar indicator right now. If you know somebody who lives between Manila, Arkansas, and Blytheville, the heaviest of the activity right now is in your area. It will make its way in to southern Dunklin and southern Pemiscot counties. Right now, there is just a little bit of broad rotation that is showing up in the Manila area, and that is going to be getting into the Blytheville area over the next 15 minutes. Let's see if we have any other updates on this storm. Nothing as of right now from the Weather Service. Let me go in. I'm going to go into a different site here real quickly, and we're going to see if we get any more details. Nope, we have the same information on both sites. I'll get into the chat room with the Weather Service as well to kind of see what they are saying. But right now, it looks like the heaviest activity currently is going to be around the Manila area, as well as it will be getting its way into the Blytheville area. Now, there is a tornado warning that stretches up just north of Kennett and Dunklin County. However, I think the bulk of the activity, the most severe part of these storms, should stay to the south of Kennett. However, do not let your guard down in the Kennett area. Don't let your guard down in Steele, Cardwell, also Hornersville, Hayti. Eventually, these storms will make their way into your area. Right now, it is radar indicated at this time. We do not have any confirmations of any funnel clouds, no confirmations of touchdown tornadoes. It is strictly Doppler radar indicator right now. The main concern that I'm concerned about right now is getting between Manila, Arkansas, into Blytheville, Arkansas, and then eventually we'll get into the southern parts of Pemiscot County, especially near the Steele area, Cardwell area, also some other cities or communities. Holland is going to be eventually in the path of this dangerous storm as it continues to make its way up from northeast Arkansas. And right now, this is going to be the last bit of severe storms that we're concerned about. Once we get past, once we get past these storms, it's like it was last night. It's going to turn into a heavy rainfall threat, and we're going to have a lot of heavy rainfall still to get through here this afternoon. Not concerned about severe weather from, let's say, from just north of Kennett and northbound. Not concerned about severe weather in Stoddard County, Wayne County, Butler County, Ripley County, Carter County, even Clay County, Arkansas. Pretty much going to be a heavy rain threat for this point forward. What we are concerned about right now is the threat of a possible radar indicated tornado that right now on radar, it is between Manila and Blytheville. It is moving up toward the Arkansas Missouri state line. And once this main line gets through, the severe weather threat diminishes, and then the heavy rain will take over in this area. And I know coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to have live updates on all of our radio stations when it comes to the flooding potential that is out there in Butler County and other places like Ripley and Carter County. But right now, we are talking about the possibility of a radar indicated tornado. Nothing confirmed at this time. It is strictly radar indicated, and we are watching this storm coming in. It's actually to the right over the Manila area right now. It is getting closer now to I-55 as well as the Missouri-Arkansas state line coming in to Pemiscot County. So as we watch this storm continuing to make its way to the northeast, if you know somebody who lives in Blytheville, you know somebody who lives in Cooter, Steele, Holland, eventually Caruthersville, make sure and let them know that we do have a tornado warned storm that's making its way to the area. I'm going to check the velocities here on this storm, and we're going to see if we do see any rotation with this storm. And the rotation that we are seeing is close to Manila, just south of Manila. It is a very weak rotation. Now, what that means is, so we're not showing anything, at least at this point, on radar to where we are concerned about possibly a possible touchdown or a possible tornado. But what we are seeing, this storm is rotating right now just a little bit. So that in itself has us concerned. However, once again, that this line, it is severe, but the good news is it's not very warm. The dew points are a little bit lower than they were yesterday, but it's still enough to cause some concern. The Weather Service out of Memphis, Arkansas, or Memphis, Tennessee, rather, they agree. Getting some information coming in from my good friend who's a deputy with the Sheriff's Department in Dunklin County. Flooding is terrible right now in the Boot Heel. Lots of roads are closed, and we'll get more details on that. And that is in addition to the severe weather that we have currently right now in the Missouri Boot Heel. And right now, the most severe part of this storm is between Manila and Blytheville. It's getting closer now to I-55. As you can see on your screen, it is getting closer now to I-55. And that is what we're concerned about right now. And we will see if the Weather Service out of Memphis continues this tornado warning that is covering the central parts of Dunklin into the southern parts of Dunklin. As of right now, it looks like the majority of the severe weather is going to be south of that area. It's mainly going to be around the Pemiscot County area that we're concerned about right now. So, we're in communication right now with the Weather Service office out of Memphis to kind of see what their thoughts are on Dunklin County more specifically. But I will tell you that right now, it appears that the most severe part of this storm is going to stay south of Kennett and it's going to remain along the Blytheville, Arkansas area up toward Steele, Cooter, and Holland, possibly even reaching the Caruthersville area before it goes in to northwest Tennessee. So right now we're still seeing just a little bit of broad rotation with this storm. Let me, I believe our Butler County EMA director is here as well. So we're going to stay here. We're going to stay with you on this storm. So bear with us here. Let me tell the EMA director really quick here what's going on. You may hear my mic go silent for just a moment. Just want to let him know what's going on. Ask him to hang out for just a few minutes here, because we may want him to come in, have him come in here for just a second. Yeah, I think the front door. A lot going on here, folks. We've got so many things going on, as you can see. Getting a new warning possibly that's coming out here. I can hear it in our wire room. So we're going to get that. We're going to get that here on the air. So we're tracking this tornado warned storm, and I know that I know we are watching this carefully right now. Let me see if there's any new information. So let me. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason my computer was being silly. So there we go. So they are in the process of. I guess they're in the process of redoing this warning here, so that's why it looked like that. So we're waiting for the Weather Service. We are all in tornado mode at Blytheville. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate that, because this storm is on your doorstep right now, Billy, in the Blytheville area. As you can see on radar, it is just to the west now of Blytheville, getting very close to Interstate 55 in Arkansas. I do think the tornado warning will be trimmed down from the Kennett area back toward the Arkansas-Missouri state line near Dunklin County. I know we're getting a lot of questions about the flooding. That is the next thing we're going to talk about here. We're talking about the flooding in just a moment. I promise you that's going to be our next deal. So we're going to continue to stay. I want to continue to stay with this tornado warning here. We're live on the radio. We're live on all of our radio stations. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. I know we're getting a lot of questions when it comes to the flooding concerns, and we're going to go over all of that here in a few minutes. But right now, our main focus is going to be in Pemiscot County coming up. Right now, the tornado warned storm, the heaviest of the storm, is about to make its way into Blytheville along highway or interstate 55 rather, and then eventually we'll get in to the Pemiscot County area. I want to do a velocity on this storm to kind of see. We're seeing just the still a little bit of rotation south of Manila as that storm moves out of Manila toward Blytheville. That is why that the tornado warning is continuing for this storm. There is a little bit of rotation in this storm, but nothing right now that nothing right now that says there is a tornado on the ground at this time. So we are just continuing to watch this very carefully. We're in communication with the Weather Service out of Memphis as well, and they are watching this storm very, very closely as we are. We're in communication with the Sheriff's Department in Dunklin County as well. I believe everybody in Dunklin County, with the exception of the flooding concerns, I do see that the severe weather, okay, so that's what it was. It was a severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued now. I think that's going to be in place of the tornado warning. Let's get right into it. This is at 1:38. A severe storm remains in effect now until 2:15, and this is going to be for Dunklin County in southeast Missouri, southeastern Dunklin County, southwestern Pemiscot County in southeast Missouri. We're talking about destructive winds in excess of 70 miles an hour, as well as a quarter-size hail. Locations in this storm, I will highlight them for you, and we'll go over some of these places. We're talking about Burleson, also New Survey, Horn Lake, Gobbler, Covington. Also in the path of this storm is other places like Holland, Cooter, Steele. Right now, it is a severe thunderstorm warning now that has just been issued. Now, there is a tornado tag that is in this warning. They also issued a warning farther south of this storm. So I do think the tornado warning is possibly going to be dropped for the Boot Hill of Missouri very, very shortly. It is now turning into a possible 70-mile-per-hour wind gust storm, as well as a quarter-size hail that could be reported or could be in this storm. You can see the radar, and we've got a lot of tornado warnings now that are just to the south of our area. Leachville. All right, Ashley. Let's find out here about Leachville. I'm assuming that Leachville, Ashley, is going to be in Pemiscot County. Is that correct? So we're watching this storm very carefully as it continues to make its way to the northeast. I do think, by the way this radar is looking right now, it looks like that the heaviest of the storms are going to remain just south of even Pemiscot County. I think Dunklin and Pemiscot counties still going to see the possibility of seeing some straight line winds, but I do think that the most severe part of these storms are going to remain close to Manila. Thank you very much. Not really familiar with a lot of places. Oh, I see it now. So Leachville is pretty much in the clear when it comes to the severe part of this storm. The main line has already passed Leachville. It is actually to the east now of Leachville. So your concern now for Leachville is just going to be the heavy rainfall. I think the most severe part of these storms are going to remain below the Missouri Boot Hill. I think Dunklin and Pemiscot counties, I think your areas will be taken down from the tornado warnings here very shortly. I think the most severe part of the storms are going to stay below the Missouri Boot Hill. They are trimming back the tornado warning as we are talking, right on cue. We've got a new update here from the Weather Service office out of Memphis, Arkansas. Now, there is a tornado warning remains in effect now until 2 p.m. for southwestern Pemiscot counties. the very southeastern corner of Dunklin County at 141. A severe storm that was capable of producing a tornado was located over Dell or near Gosnell, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. Radar indicated tornado as well as a quarter size hail, possibly with this storm. Here are the locations that are going to be involved with this storm. We'll read a few of them for you. They include Dearman, also New Survey, Denton, Tyler, Covington, also Buckeye, Little River, Herman Davis State Park, also Channel Roseland, and Gosnell. Those are the areas primarily going to be in Arkansas. However, because that tornado warning still does continue for the southern parts of Pemiscot County, we are still concerned about possibly Holland, Cooter, and Steele. Although I will tell you right now, the most severe part of this storm is going to be, I believe, just south of Pemiscot County, and it will stay in northeast Arkansas. However, there is enough of a threat there that the tornado warning continues for southern Pemiscot County. So what we'll do, we'll stay on the radio for just a few more minutes here. We will stay on Clear 94, Z95, Today's Talk, KWOC. We will stay on the radio for just a few minutes. And what we'll do is once I feel like the threat is over for Pemiscot County as well, then we'll get back to the music part of things and regular programming on the radio side. I know that in Arkansas right now, the most severe part of this storm is crossing Blytheville over Interstate 55. And we're talking about some very dangerous winds right now, possibly up to 70 miles an hour, quarter size hail. There is radar indicated rotation with this storm, but I'm pretty confident now that the most severe part is going to not reach Pemiscot County. It's going to be really from about Blytheville farther south. That's going to be the main threats of this storm. But we still have a heavy rainfall threat that's going to follow. And while I've got the radio audience as well, coming up this afternoon, we're going to be talking a lot coming up on all of our radio stations at River Radio. We're talking about the Black River at Poplar Bluff. We're going to give you live coverage on that. We're going to let you know what's been going on. The Missouri National Guard, they have been in town since yesterday. They have been sandbagging through the night into today, and they are trying their best to fight off the river. It is still rising, and it's going to be cresting later today at around 21 feet. The good news is that's about a half a foot below yesterday's forecast. So instead of being 21.5, it's going to be 21 feet. The bad news is, even at 21 feet, we're still talking about major flood stage, and we are anticipating a few problems coming up tonight, but we'll have much more on that here in just a moment. Let me do one more radar scan here, and I want to see not showing the rotation quite like we did earlier, which is really good news. And that tells me this storm is starting to really show, it's going to show more of the heavy winds threat. That's what this storm is starting to turn into. But Blytheville right now is definitely seeing the worst of the storm. And there still is a little bit of rotation. It is to the east now of the Blytheville area. It is just south of Gosnell and Blytheville as well. A little bit of rotation, not much. Also a little bit of rotation a little bit farther south near Osceola, and that is also in northeast Arkansas. So right now, this storm is really just a wind threat for the most part. Also, some small hail, possibly up to quarter size. We also have the severe thunderstorm warning out ahead of it, and that's going to cover Hayti, Caruthersville. We're talking winds in excess of 60 miles an hour, as well as the possible tornado threat, especially just south of the Arkansas and Missouri state line. All right, Ross, so what we'll do on the radio side, let's get back to regular programming, the music side. We are continuing our live coverage on Facebook and on YouTube. It is the tornado warned storms right now. It is severe weather coverage brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. I'm Frankie Castile. Any more warnings that are issued and we feel that are going to be very dangerous for the Boot Heel or anywhere else in our listening area, we'll make sure and break on live on the radio and bring you the latest. Right now, Ross, we'll throw it back to you and to get back to live programming on Best Country Clear 94 and Z95 The Bone. All right, so what we'll do is on Facebook and on YouTube, we're going to continue our live coverage here because we don't want to miss these storms. Obviously, we will end our video feed once I feel that the threat is over with the Pemiscot County. So what we'll do is we will just continue our live coverage here. I'm actually walking right now with my computer in my hand, and the reason why I'm doing that is I want to make sure that we're going to have a meeting here very shortly in just a few minutes. So they're still eating. So we'll let me going to mute my mic here for just 1 second because we're actually going to have a briefing here in just a moment. So bear with me 1 second here. All right, so I'm back with you guys for watching these storms, and we're going to have a meeting here shortly. I'm going to meet with the EMA director of Poplar Bluff, Jeff Shawn, the EMA director for Butler County, Robbie Myers, also Maddie Winters, who is also working with Butler County EMA. So we're going to do that coming up in just a minute. We're going to do that. Plus, we are still watching severe storms. I tell you what, folks, it's been a whirlwind. I got home last night right before midnight, and I was able to get about a 10-hour break. Took a little bit of a nap. Got the chance to eat lunch this morning with my family. Kissed my son and my wife goodbye, and said it's probably going to be a long night. I did not get my bologna sandwich, Kathy. I did not. But I did. My wife fixed me an amazing some chicken this morning. We had chicken, macaroni and cheese, and stuffing. So I was pretty excited about that. So I do think the severe weather threat is really starting to end. Some strong winds in Pemiscot County for sure. The tornado threat is going to be around the Blytheville area. Nothing has touched down. Kennett is fine as far as severe weather goes, Barbara. Kennett is fine. It is going to be a heavy rain threat. Campbell's in the clear other than the heavy rainfall. Now, when I say clear, I mean severe weather. Severe weather threat is really starting to end from west to east. It is turning into a heavy rainfall threat. So I know we have tornado warnings that are in this area. I'm not downplaying that whatsoever. But what I do want to do here real fast is I do want to address real quickly before I go into a meeting, while I've got several folks watching right now, I want to address the other areas that we're really concerned about right now, and that is Poplar Bluff, that is Doniphan, up toward Van Buren, Elsinore, and those areas, also Greenville in Wayne County. We're still getting a lot of flooding concerns across the area. No storms, Debbie, heading toward Bluff, just flooding. We are concerned about flooding this afternoon. That's why I came back in today. Black River at Poplar Bluff, it's expected to crest coming up this afternoon. I believe it's going to crest right about 21 feet is what we have been told. So that's why we're going to have a quick meeting, and we're going to be going out. Tim and I will be going out very soon, and we're going to be doing a lot of videos coming up. I've got my rain boots. I've got my raincoat. It's going to be raining all afternoon. We know that. And we're going to go with Butler County EMA. We'll be with the Poplar Bluff Police Department, Sheriff's Department. We're going to try to bring you live coverage here. Basically the entire county of Butler County needs to be on guard especially if you live in a flood-prone area. I've been seeing, photos all day long of a lot of county roads underwater. We've gotten some reports from Sergeant Clark Parrott with the Highway Patrol. We've had several stranded drivers as they drive in to flooded roadways. So we've got that going on. Just a lot of things going on here today that we are very concerned about, and we are we are just very concerned about Chase. No, I don't think we're going to have any tornado issues, honestly, in the Boot Heel. I think that you're looking at strong gusty winds for sure. I think in the Boot Heel, you're looking at strong gusty winds are going to be the top priority. I know there's a tornado warning there in that county, but I will tell you, I think the tornado threat has really diminished. Let me see if there's any new updates with this storm. Nope, it's going to be expiring in 7 minutes. So I do not think that we're going to have any issues when it comes to tornadic storms in the Boot Heel of Missouri. But nevertheless, something that we are watching very, very carefully. I want to give a big shout out real quickly. We did some postings on this earlier today, about 2 hours ago. The Missouri National Guard, Missouri Task Force 1. I'll tell you what, folks, Missouri Task Force 1, they did some amazing stuff last night. Where I was broadcasting from, I got word that they were going up toward Van Buren. There was a lot of water rescues in Van Buren last night. Those guys, they took off, they went up there, and they got things done. Missouri Task Force 1, as well as, you look at what the Missouri National Guard is doing as well. Let me tell you, Missouri National Guard folks, yesterday, last night, today, they have been out nonstop in this heavy rain. It's been a heavy rain, a steady to heavy rain, and they've been out sandbagging all day long. They have been on County Road 605. They've been in the south part of Poplar Bluff. They have been building up those levees. I tell you what, those two groups I mentioned right there, they're the real heroes here. They are doing everything they can to protect our city, and we're just so grateful that they're in town to do that kind of work. So that's what we've got going on. Thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate that very much. It means a lot to me. By the way, tell Charles I said hi, by the way. I sure miss him. Coming up later today, we're going to do this at 2 o'clock, I was told. So we're going to do a briefing at 2 o'clock with our EMA directors for the city and the county. And let me ask you this, that right now, RM, the Black River at 16 and a half feet was what we were last told. So it's still going to rise about 4 to 5 feet, it looks like. That's going to happen later on this afternoon. So my next plan is, I'm assuming you guys want another video here this afternoon. That tornado warning, by the way, has just been dropped for the Boot Heel. We thought that was going to be the case. I didn't see any reason to continue that tornado warning, so that's good news. So before we end, I don't have any news. Stephanie, where's that at? Tanaris, if I said that right. I'm assuming that is in northeast Arkansas. I'm not familiar with that town, so I apologize. I'm assuming that you guys want another video this afternoon. Possibly the next video, we're probably going to be out in the community, showing you the efforts right now going on, that showing you the efforts that are taking place across this city to make sure that we are doing everything we can to fight the Black River. So that's going to be my next video coverage, I believe, because we're not going to have any more severe storms here today. The severe threat is now done, from west to east. Across our area, there's no more severe weather threat. It is all just a heavy rain threat from this part forward. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and end the video feed here for this round. And what we'll do is, as soon as we have our meeting coming up with Robbie Myers and Jeff Sean, what we will do is we will quickly get into the vehicles, and we're going to be driving around. We'll be driving around, and we will be going around different locations here in Butler County, Poplar Bluff, and we'll kind of bring you what we know. And what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on all of our counties. So it may take me a little bit, but we're going to be concentrating on all of our counties. There are so much flooding going on currently across the area. Let me, my buddy here from the sheriff's department. Oh, great. So so that's great. My good friend from the sheriff's department in Dunklin County sending me a link to go to the all the flooded roadways in Dunklin County. Thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate that. So what we'll do is our next video is going to come up later on this afternoon. I don't have a time yet, but I will get a time. We'll get that pushed out on social media. And as soon as I know more on the Black River at Popper Bluff, we'll make sure that we'll jump on and we'll do some more videos coming up this afternoon live from Poplar Bluff. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Frankie Castile, and we'll see you again very soon this afternoon as our flood threat continues across southeast Missouri.